Hello, I'm Pam, and this is Made by Pam. And today I am going to do the So Many Questions tag. And this is June 8th, Saturday. I've done this I've tried to take a couple takes, and I keep getting interrupted. So let's try this one. See how it goes. So, some of them have 40 questions, but the one that I got off of the Camden Stitch has 37 questions. I went to her vlog, and looked it up, and hers had 37. And basically, you can answer 10 plus questions, but they want you to at least answer 10. And this is open to the whole community. So the first, she has a bunch of different questions. So I picked some out of most of the categories. So the first one is, how and when did you start sewing? Well, I did some 4-H when I was a child. I had home ec in junior high, and I had gotten some square sample pieces, like home decor fabric type stuff, from a yard sale, and I wanted to sew those together. And so I hand stitched them with embroidery thread, like the whole thickness. I didn't separate it into the little strands. I did the whole thickness and sewed these pieces together by hand. And then a friend of mine had offered to let me use her sewing machine, so I used her sewing machine and finished sewing it up, and it went by much quicker. But I didn't sew up what I'd already sewn. I had left those because I thought, oh, maybe it'll still work. But it's a very large quilt, like it's over a king size, and I did this when I was 14, 15 years old. And I've been sewing on and off since. So do you have any pet helpers? Well, they're not helpers, but we have 2 cats and 3 parakeets. The 3 parakeets are my daughters, and the 2 cats, one's my daughter's, the other's my son's, but they're not allowed in my sewing room. I'm like, nope, you're not allowed in here. Stay away. Okay. It says, when you aren't sewing, what are you doing? Well, I'm taking care of my kids. I'm a mom of 6. I have an 18-year-old. He is in the Navy. A 16-year-old, 9-year-old, 7-year-old, 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And they keep me busy. It says, where do you sew? Well, hence the low ceiling, I sew in my basement. It's like half of a basement. Like on that side of the wall is a crawl space that's only yay deep. Back there is the furnace room. And then I have another door back there that you can't see because of my wall of stuff that we store. I store my other fabrics in there, and I store food supply. So I sew in the basement. It's like, what sewing machines do you own or use? Well, I own several sewing machines. I have 2 brother machines. One that I got from a thrift shop for $5 that I looked at and oh, well, I can fix this. And I fixed it, and I used it for my kids. But mainly the only reason why I really got it is because it came with a case. And I got it for $5. $5 for a sewing machine case and the sewing machine. And the sewing machine works great. I'd actually used that at one point because my other machines were being finicky. So my first sewing machine that I ever got was my Brother machine right here. And it is a Brother XL3025. And I got it back in like 95, 96 area. So I've had that many years. And that's what I did a lot of quilts on in my beginning. And then I have a Necky machine. And I thought I'd unplugged it, and then I didn't. But this is my Necky. And I got this one in like 2009, 2010. It was probably 2010. Because my little boy was, a couple months or so old. And so I've had that one for quite a while. And it's what I've done most of my sewing on, my apparel clothing. And then my other machine is my Husqvarna Viking S25. It's my serger / cover stitch machine. And I'm still, learning about it and getting a hang of it. Okay. So, what is your dream sewing machine? Well, I would really like to get an embroidery machine. And so, maybe later. Because how do you store your patterns? Well, I have my pattern storage and that wooden filing cabinet. Okay, in a minute. I got it in that wooden filing cabinet. Top drawer I keep serger threads in. The other 3 The other 3 drawers I keep patterns in. And then I have some bags. I love you too. I have some other bags that I have patterns in because my pattern stash has gotten too large for my cabinet. Okay. That says, how big is your stash? Well, my stash is very large. I'm a fabricaholic, / borderline hoarder, I guess. But I can get around. It's just, I pile it. And lots of fabric. But I love fabric. Okay. Then it says your most disastrous make. Well, my most disastrous make was a Simplicity 9012. The neckline was too big and gaping. And I actually have the pieces. It's kind of all in pieces because I took it apart because I was trying to fix it. See, there's some of it. Mom, I was trying to fix it. And it's a purse. It's a purse. And I just really have a hard time making it work. And I should try to finish seeing if I can salvage it. But I got so frustrated with it. And it was taking up too much time that I chose to put it aside and work on other items that weren't as frustrating. Because after I cut it up, I realized what I could have done to fix it. But it was too late. I'd already messed it up. So maybe I'll try the pattern again in a different fabric. But for now, it's just going to kind of go on the wayside. And they also have another question is the most used pattern. So I'm going to go with the pattern that I've used the most this year. Like the most items I've made out of the single pattern. And that is 4 items so far out of the single pattern. And it is a Simplicity 8437. And I've made 4 items out of that. And then my current sewing project that I'm working on, it's sitting back there on my dress form, and it is a Simplicity 9718. I'm making view 1. And those both of view 1. And I'm really liking how it's turning out. And that's from a 1971 pattern. So, yeah. So other questions, it says, who do you sew for? Well, I sew for her. I sew for my boys. I made them school pants last year. I made the shirt, so I sew for all my kids. I sew for friends and family. But okay, 1 minute. It says, where is your favorite place to buy fabric? Well, my favorite place to buy fabric is the thrift shops, like Savers, Joann's. No, I don't go to Joann's. I go to Joann's, but I don't buy a lot of fabric from Joann's. I buy minimum. But I mostly go to thrift shops like Savers, DI, and Goodwill. And those are my favorite places. And other thrift shops. Like I went to Chicago in January and I bought a bunch of fabric from a thrift shop. And then I brought it home. And then they have a quick buy around section. And it says ice lollies or ice creams. Well, I like both. It just depends on the day and what we have on available. And gym bunny or couch potato? Well, I'm more of a couch potato. I do lots of things, but I don't go to the gym. But we mostly stay home. So that is what I have from the So Many Questions tag. Thank you so much for watching. And this is Ethan, and he's putting perler beads in my hair. And they're sticking because it's so lovely. All right. Well, thank you. Have a wonderful day, and talk to you later. Bye.